As always, here on After Hours with Cade, I sit down with local artists to discuss the impact Lawton and Southwest Oklahoma has had on their career and how it's shaped their artistry. For this edition, I spoke with Takeez, a local singer and hip-hop artist who's made quite the name for himself locally.
My name's Takeez, you know what I'm saying? I've been in Lawton most of my life. Grew up here, went to school all the way up to 7th grade, moved to Fort Benning, Georgia. My pops was in the military. I was out there for about 4 years, came back. My junior year of high school, continued out. You know what I'm saying? Lived in Dallas for a little bit. I went to engineering school out there and got into the music scene out there. So, you know, I've been doing this. I've been doing the music for about 15 years. I still got a plethora of connections in Dallas that I still talk to this day that I love, that helped me out a lot from abroad, you know, from, you know, just being in Dallas, you know, networking through email and social media and give me different type of plugs and, you know, sending me this and, hey, here's this, here's that. The biggest acquisition of all is my mentor, Mousequake. He out of Dallas. I love him to death. He's like a father figure to me now. You know, I love him. His name Mousequake, Norman Mousequake. Really big engineer out of Dallas. Work with everybody. I mean, he's engineered for Nas. He did Pimp C's last album, but he's huge. And he taught me a lot about the game and helped me improve my sound. So Dallas did a lot for me.
I know that as you mentioned, you've been talking and doing music for 15 years. You started releasing your official debuts in 2016, even though, you know, you picked the mic up officially in 2011. Shortly after 2016, you had a little bit of a health run-in that kind of caused you to have to back out of the music scene for a little bit. Can you talk to me about that and how it was transitioning back into it? Yeah,
2020 is when I popped back out. Prior to that,
album, correct?
Yeah, I dropped Shorty Deuce. Shorty Deuce, I worked on that for about almost 4 years because I literally had to retrain myself because I couldn't rap like I used to. I had some health issues. To this day, we still don't even know where they came from. I ended up I had a tumor, and it was benign. It wasn't cancerous or anything, but it was in my thymus, which is like, by your like thyroid and all that. What was that? That came and it was pressed against my chest cavity. I thought I was having a heart attack. I'm like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? But I wasn't. There was a tumor pressing against my chest wall that finally got too big. Didn't know about it, didn't know it was there. And doctors ran 1 million tests, still didn't know what it was. They finally found it in a CAT scan. And they went ahead and I had to have open chest surgery, pretty much like open heart surgery, just to get it out because it was back there in my chest wall. So they had to crack my whole chest open, take that out, and now here I am, still to this day, nerve damage. My breathing's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of things are different.
What was that recovery like? Was there ever like a moment where you were fearful that you weren't going to be able to sing or rap again?
Nah. I liked it because it was like when I finally found my voice. I always had this voice. Everybody always was like, man, your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice. I don't know, one day I literally scared the living life out of my father when I was 13. He called the house. I picked up the phone. He thought another man was in his house. You know, he was a drill sergeant. He wasn't home much. So when I finally dropped and the bravado came, he was like, who that? I'm like, it's your son, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't believe it. So, but the recovery process and the way my voice is now, I think it make it sound doper. And I ended up finding a lane and finding a pocket that ended up really making me sound extremely unique. So the recovery process was grueling. You know, my chest was cracked open, super bad nerve damage, couldn't move, holding a pillow to my chest everywhere I went. So, you know, like it was rough. And then trying to get my breathing back right, I had to do a lot of breathing treatments and I had to blow into that thing with the ball every day. And my wife's a CNA, so she was constantly on my case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that thing to this day. Shout out to baby, but you know, she nursed me back to health. I got back right. And then after that, it was all about trying to figure out how I was going to reintegrate myself back into the music scene. Because at that point I was like, dang, I was rapping a little bit faster, you know what I'm saying? I was super, you know, you know, I couldn't do that anymore like that. So I had to figure it out.
About how long after did you finally start getting back into music?
About 2018.
So about 2 years.
Took about 2 years to really, truly, fully, like, recover.
And you still having issues to this day?
Yeah, yeah. To this day, I still have breathing issues. I still have nerve damage.
How does that affect the way you perform or the way you're able to track when you're in the recording studio?
It ain't that bad no more. I've gotten used to it now, to where like I just make sure that I make myself comfortable and I talk myself through it and I get it done. You know what I'm saying? But it came in time. It just took some time. Wait, say how you feel, that's Mando. Stand on it, that's Mando. Gonna buy for a fresh move, keep still, I'ma hold this weight to the candle. I'ma bust a grape in a fruit fight. Bring big balls to the nightlight. In other words, I can handle minds not intertwined with that. This life is rustic, I keep a cast on. Good day, treat me like a castaway. No love shown till keys gone and in the casket that already passed away. I be on this mic with an iron on me. For iron mic, you can get iron, homie. Good times as a kid, even though we had pennies, I ain't never get burned with an iron, homie. Damn, I miss my mama, dog. Wish she could live my life for me. Cause I trade places in a second if it mean that she live. And my granny get the smile, homie. Darkest hour of my darkest days. I see her smile in my heart always. Shorty Deuce is a classic, mama. 20 years since we felt that pain. 20 years inside it rain. Never really saw sunshine again. I've been looking deep in my baby's eyes, trying to see if I can find your light again. I'm a heathen, I won't see heaven's gates. I'll probably never see your face again. Kiss Ava for me and Levi. You can love on both my kids instead.
I want to take it back in time a little bit. I know that you initially picked up the mic in 2010. You started releasing music officially in 2011. But when did your love for music initially begin?
8 years old. My pops put me on all the greats first. I grew up listening to Slick Rick, Run DMC, Rakim, Grandmaster Flash, whole lot of Rakim. My pops love Rakim and Slick Rick. I listened to a lot of that. And then R&B, I was a singer first. I wasn't a rapper. I was always a singer. I sang in my first assembly at Westwood Elementary, right there off 38, which is now Learning Tree Academy. And I sang Rockin' Robin by Jackson 5. And it just snowballed from there. I just kept singing. I sang in church before anything. I was in the choir, but it didn't really take off, or I didn't really want to know I really loved it until I was 8 years old. I did that assembly and I got a standing ovation from everybody in the room. People couldn't stop talking about it. So I was like, okay, maybe I can really sing. And I just kept doing it from there. Then I kept singing. Lawton kind of drew me away from singing because couldn't nobody really produce it out here how I wanted it to sound. Nobody could really make the beats I wanted. Nobody could really engineer it how I wanted it because this market wasn't fit for it. So when I moved back, I was like, what I'm gonna do? You know, so I tried myself and it just wasn't working. And then my partner heard me spitting one day. Shout out to Hayes, that's like my best friend, Julius Hayes. And he told me, he like, nah, you should really try to rap. And he tricked me into rapping. He tricked me. He's like, whatever, bro, just give me a small mixtape of you rapping and I'll leave you alone. And I had the booth at the house and I dropped the mixtape and everybody like immediately was like, whoa, what you doing? Like, I'm like, no, I'm rapping now. And they took to it. Next thing I know, I was in ciphers, I was getting nominated for awards, all that, you know what I'm saying? And the rap really snowballed from there. Now I'm predominantly a rapper and a singer.
I was gonna say, I know in 2020 you did release a single, was it Ginger?
Ginger T Boogie was a part of that. Yeah, that was, yeah.
You had some pretty clean vocals in that.
I appreciate it.
2023, can we expect you to get back into the singing groove? I know you just said primarily.
Yeah, I got a couple things that I'm doing now, that I'm working on. Actually, I want to get into some alternative R&B. I might even, I like grunge too. Believe it or not, I want to make some grunge. So like that's something that I'm looking into as well.
Will this be like the first time that you've like
Tried it?
into that
Uh-huh,
avenue?
yeah.
When can we expect that?
I don't know. It may not ever come out, honestly.
Still experimenting?
It's something I'm experimenting with, and if I can link with the right people to help me cultivate that sound, I might jump into it, but I don't know. But it's something I'm extremely interested in, because I love Kurt Cobain, and you know what I'm saying? I listen to like Yellow Card, Avenged Sevenfold, I listen to Green Day, I listen to Hoobastank, you know what I'm saying? I listen to Stained, like I like all that stuff. Tryna hustle in the summer, fill up daisies in the winter. I got beef with a dream of a torn sprinter. Need a text with a tech, with a checks though. Hey, them shoes move around, my nigga look, hit a set, go. Promising my niggas finna pop up shit. Yeah, get around for a second, I ain't knock up shit. You ain't finna shoot nothing, put that Glock up. It's killer season, ho, and I gotta scratch my itch. It's money to be made, and I'ma make my. We need Cades in a bag and a bat for the swisher. Goddamn, I don't even smoke though. But my niggas do, so look here. I need a whole damn truckload. Love Flintstone and Bonnie Rubble the fans. Bullets left to right, gotta watch on the screen. Snakes in the grass, gotta watch my team. Snakes in the grass, gotta watch my team. Flow Flintstone and Bonnie Rubble the fans. Bullets left to right, gotta watch for the screen. Snakes in the grass, gotta watch my team. Snakes in the grass, gotta watch my team.
From the other side, cause it won't be them from the other side.
Well, talking about your artistic flow and your lane, how has Lawton, being from Lawton, being here raised, how's that affected you, and how's the community had an impact?
In regards to the music, like how?
Yeah, and like how you've decided to present yourself, has it had any impact on you artistically in the way you like to produce your music? Or what you even talk about?
Yeah. Well, for sure, what I talk about. I mean, I'm from Lawton. You know, it's different out here. You know how Lawton get. So it's like I came from both sides of the track. You know what I'm saying? I came from the dirt, and I came from, also coming from a good home and the dirt. Like, I live both sides of it. So it's like, I got a lot to talk about from both perspectives. I dabbled and dabbled in the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Came back, you know what I'm saying, and chilled out. So it's like, I have a lot to talk about from both perspectives of that. And then like, Lawton, growing up and being in certain neighborhoods and being like going to Eisenhower and kicking it with my homies, and they listening to rock music and showing me pop artists and things like that. That changed. That's where stuff like Ginger T Boogie come from, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a real big neo soul fan. Kicking it with the old heads. A lot of my homies was older than me. I was raised by grandparents. My pop's in the military. He wasn't around like that. He was around, but not really, because he was working all the time. So I was raised by grandparents most of my life. So I got an old soul. So a lot of the older people in the community introduced me to, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the R&B. You know what I'm saying? Prince, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Al Green, all that. So it's a melting pot. It's gumbo. Throw it all in. It come out nice. Throw it over some rice. It's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure.
Being from the community for most of your life, what are your thoughts on the current music scene here in Lawton, or even Southwest Oklahoma as a whole?
It's bubbling. I love it right now. I think we're more united now than we ever been. You know, the youth gonna be the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as and all the activities people see on the news or whatever, let that be the news. I think people need to get out into the community more and really interact with people that do the music and really see how we getting down, because we really got a lot of talent out here. I think people just kind of brush it to the side, but it's all right. But I think it's bubbling heavy. It's bubbling extremely heavy, and I love it. It'd be hard to be optimistic when the optics be full of tension. The neighbor called me debating if I'm a killer. Simulating an image, imagine if you was really realer. Feel it all in your soul. Schematics ain't full of filler. They $5 these Phillips is searching for false nutrition. False flag on the allegiance to double up on these no pretensions. Like, hey, Mr. Mister, we need about 50 signatures to get this problem we created about our particulars. Like, little nigga, oh wait. politics be goofy. These crackers do anything for a bed and some low sleep. For a check in that box, they use the weed word loosely. But truly they just lying through their teeth profusely. Lot of fuels in the hood, Jack. Elections don't pay bills. My kinfolk lost her son to that head nod slump feel. So politicians ask me how the fuck do I feel to play a losing game in arenas of minefields. I guess I gotta blow, but rather focus, apply skill to negate all the trauma from your negligent signed bills. I'm biding my time. President Biden, this time heal or pour the scab back when it's rolling on white tears. It get hairy where I come from since the youth fight fears. They give like you unforgettable nightmares. Ain't enough for the politic, and I'm hungry to play this mission. You just want to Oval Office, I ain't got about the pissing. According to your track record, how the f is this any different? At least I don't show the blade. You finna hide it, amputate ligaments. And these old proud boys saying they want to play these patriot games. Get strict for the check, it won't be raised. These canes like crackers, stay in your lane.
How has it been for you trying to break into the industry outside of the Lawton scene?
So, the industry is full of snares, full of issues. You know, that's where, and you know, in the music industry, there's no such thing as bad publicity. A lot of people thought I was faking it. A lot of people thought it was a lie. A lot of people thought I did it for the publicity. No, I actually got scammed. So, you know, it's full of snares. You take your lick and keep pushing. You know, I learned that from just in general. You know what I'm saying? Coming from just the dirt in the gutter anyway. Like, you take your into the industry. When I left Lawton, immediately I was like, oh, okay, so what I'm doing is right. A lot of people in Lawton haven't seen certain things, or they haven't learned certain things. So it comes off when I came back, it came off as, are you cocky, you arrogant, no, I just know this, and this is how I think you should do it. Or when you talk about marketing, promotion, or how your sound is when it comes to how your music sounds and how polished it is, how to present the product, how does it look. A lot of people don't know those types of things, but when I left the city, I learned all that because a lot of those people were tapped into the industry, labels. You know what I'm saying? When I went to LA for the first time and I tapped in, I was like, man, this is crazy. Well, it's not a quarter of this. You see what I'm saying? We're behind. We got to catch up, but we're going to do it.
Well, I know you said that we're bubbling right now with talent, but in terms of like, you know, community-wise, is there something that you feel like we should change or that could change in the Lawton scene?
It's just like every other small community, man. It used to be the narrative of we need to come together, we need to come together, we need to come together. I think we've gotten over that hump. I think a lot of cats is a lot more unified now, and that's why we doing so. I think that's why a lot of cats is doing a lot better. But I would really say a small town mentality. I think a lot of cats need to think of themselves as bigger than what they are here. You should think of yourself as a business. You should think you a star. You should try to go and do other things and get out of the community sometimes and go somewhere else and learn something else and bring it back to the community and teach. You know what I'm saying? Like, go out and get it and bring it back. I did it, and I like to do that. You know what I'm saying? All the time. But I think they should be more receptive of that. Some aren't. You come back and it's, oh, you think you better than us. No, that's not the case. I just want to help you. But it comes off as, oh, you a hater. No, I'm not a hater. I just want to help you. You're not understanding, you know, because you stuck here and you're not really getting it because you haven't seen it. But I've seen it. I'm trying to help you. But, you know, once the community is more receptive in that way, and they start to understand that that people actually go out and learn things and come back and try to teach, and we not, as they say, I think we'll rise even further.
Now, I want to bring it back current, 2023, and your latest single, your first single of the year, Interrogation. Talk to me about the inspiration behind that and what made you decide to put it out. Exactly
what I'm talking about now. Just the mentality, I don't like it. You know, and you know, the people that have something to say the most, when you continue to strive and you continue to drop and you continue to do things. And I'm all about quality. That's all I want to do. I just want to put quality out. I don't care if I drop 2 times a year. I just want 2 quality songs. I guarantee you can go back and listen to that music and it's still good. And that's what I pride myself on. But that pride in that, a lot of cats be, man, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. It is what it is. So a lot of times interrogation was, you know, you don't want to put me on songs. You don't want to give me no props. You don't want to talk about me. You don't want to give me no type of shine. That's okay. I'm still going to put it in your face. You still musty and crusty, and I'm still going to shine. It is what it is.
My shit can never settle down. Gotta cause a rip till I stacking on the close amount. Niggas never ballin' and they always speaking out of bounds. Till they bout and gagged and them niggas cannot make a sound. Pull up at his crib, big nose like a basset hound. Like which one of you niggas without boxing wanna catch around? Should be funny till it's not. I'ma slap this across his head until I see a knot. He's got these label budgets, but the album go wood. Screaming at their legends, but can't go to their hood. What type of shit is that? I think you need a punt, and I'm gonna run it back.
Love Flintstone and Bonnie Rubble the fans. Bullets left or right, gotta watch on the screen. Snakes in the grass, gotta watch my team. Snakes in the grass, gotta watch my team. Flow Flintstone and Bonnie Rubble the fans. Bullets left or right, gotta watch for the screen. Snakes in the grass, gotta watch my team. Snakes in the grass, gotta watch my team.
From the other side.
Going forward in 2023, can we expect another album? I know that you said that Shorty Deuce was the accumulation of 4 years worth of experience. It's been 3 years since then. Can we expect maybe another? I know you dropped 2 EPs in 2021.
Yeah.
Can we expect a full album this year?
Yeah, actually, I'm looking at the beginning of next year. If not the beginning of next year, it could come as soon as the end of this year. But my next project is titled When Life Took Purpose to Prom.
Okay. Is it going to be an EP?
It'll be an album.
Okay.
It'll be an album. It'll be an album. I'm just working through some things. I got a lot going on. I got a lot of father stuff I'm taking care of right now too. So, you know, I got a lot of life stuff I'm taking care of. You know, a lot of people be, oh, you know, you dropped those 2 EPs, and you dropped those 2 videos, and then you did a bunch of shows, you did this and that, and then, you know, you ain't did much since. And it's like, it's okay, I'm gonna come back. You know, I'm gonna do it again. It's all right. I just handling life stuff. I don't let my music take over my life stuff. My kids and my family mean more to me when it comes to making sure they're okay versus trying to kill myself to bring you some music right now. So the music is something I do in my sleep. So it's like, I'll bring you that soon. I just be trying to make sure that my family is straight. The biggest thing I tell people all the time, and they never listen to me, because this generation is so used to, I say this generation, and I mean, of course, I'm still in it, but I'm 30 now. You know, a lot of these 20-year-olds, they're so used to drop, hurry up, we gotta do it, and I get it. That's how it is now. You got your TikToks blowing up people overnight. It's constantly, you know, it's instant gratification. Take your time. Let that thing cook a little bit, man. Them people gonna be there. And when it drops, if it's good quality, if it's what it's supposed to be, it'll stand the test of time, and then they'll come back and flock to it like they never left. I had 30 listeners in January on everything, Apple Music, Spotify, all that. Spotify, I had 45 listeners. As soon as I dropped Interrogation, it shot up to as high as 120 listeners. Somebody gonna come back, man. They come back every time. It's gotta be high quality and it's gotta be good. As long as it's that, you good. Take your time, man. Produce a good product.
What quality in you do you feel like sets you apart from other upcoming or aspiring artists here in Southwest Oklahoma or in Lawton?
In Lawton, for sure, it's always been quality. I think people have always talked about my consistency and quality. I pride myself on that. It comes out, it's neat, it's clean, it sounds good, looks good. It's, you know, it's something I've always heard. I'm not talking about something I think. It's just what I've always heard. But that and they always talk about my voice. I don't sound like nobody else, and I pride myself on that too. Originality is everything to me. I come from an era where you can't copy nobody else. You even sound like somebody else, you getting clowned. You out of here. We not rocking with that. Younger generation don't care, and that's cool. That's what y'all do now. But I come from something else.
What's one goal that you have for 2023 artistically?
I just want to prosper. I think as long as I stay true to myself and just keep prospering, I want to prosper. I want to stay afloat and continue the quality and to grow. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't have any. I feel like as long as I stay authentic and consistent with the quality and continue to drop, I think the audience continues to grow. Every year I get 100 more listeners every single year. I always go up. I never decline. So I think I'm doing something right in that regard, and that's what I want to keep doing, is growing that audience.
I know that you do collaborations very sparingly, but for 2023, can we expect any?
Yeah.
I know that your lead single was a collaboration.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Shout out to Young Jones. That's my dog. Good people in the city. He just dropped a project too called Lemon Water 4. Y'all go rock with that. He out of Oklahoma City. But yeah, I got a couple people I want to work with for sure.
And this next project, I know there's going to be an album at the end of the year, potentially at the beginning of 2024. Are you going to release this singles as we go?
I got
try to drop it as a whole project.
Interrogation will be on it.
Okay.
Tyro's Revenge and Way Out. The last couple singles I've dropped from last year, they'll be on it.
They'll be on it. Okay.
But I think I'll probably drop one more before the year's over with. I'll drop one more single before the year's over with. It'll probably be a thing of I'll drop around Christmas on a single, and then boom, I'll give the album.
Man,
if everything goes right. There's a reason for that though. Like I said, the quality. See, a lot of people don't understand, man. The younger generation don't do mixing, mastering, sit down, playing this, put the track list together. There's a lot of steps that go into this. There's so much that goes into this when it comes to producing quality. When you put out a quality product, it takes forever. It really does. It takes a long time. That's why people talk noise about Beyonce and Kendrick and J. Cole, but man, every time they drop, it's undeniable.
It's the best project they've
It's undeniable.
Yep.
And when I drop, it's always undeniable from what I've been told. I don't want to toot my own horn, people. I just can't, when I'm fighting life and trying to, I got a lot going on and trying to put out quality, it takes a long time, man. It really does. I'll drop a project with 9 songs, and them 9 songs wasn't really 9 songs. They may have been 40, and these are the 9. The other 30 I'll never release, and the other 10 may be another project. So,
Here we go. I want you to call the camera. Where can they find you online? Where can they find your social media and your music?
Official Takeez at everything. Takeez. Do not spell it like the chips, boy. My name ain't spelled Takis. It's Takeez. Official Takeez on everything.
Before we leave, is there anything that you want to say to the people who might be watching?
Live life, baby. Stay true to yourself. Don't be no buster. That's it.
Chilling for about 400 years. Like we can't rage against the machine and break 400 gears. Like we can't. They bring 400 tears off of the games till we switch gears. I'm in the somber mode. If you ride, know you gotta be full. Your brain fried and I ain't easily fooled. Homie, they curtain is thick, but if we flash out, it's easily moved. Ain't no our power, so them strings get pulled. Ain't Lord, what's up? Mentally, you slave to your masters. Natural selection couldn't move any faster, so let me talk my shit. They rarely place my name in the station, cause they know it come with them bad situations. Was woke before it was cool. Not trying to bag, but I paid my dues. So either you build it or get hit with these tools. It's been a long year. The first 100 hours is near. Eradicate proof Donnie was ever here. I'm on my own Mel Gibson. Rifle out the arm war in the kitchen, all in they bushes. Safety off, fear missing. Let's play these Patriot games. Civil War, whatever the name. I'm black and proud, boy, and ready to stain. Hey, on your mark, my nigga. Ready to die and do my part, my nigga. I'm for this for real, ain't no talk, my nigga. Hey, play. The last time you got us with luck. For this time, we finna it up. Know the deal.